The Earth is currently experiencing its 6th major animal extinction event. 1 out of 4 of the world's mammals and over 40% of amphibians are threatened with extinction due to human activity, including habitat destruction, overexploitation, climate change, and pollution, as well as human overpopulation. So in this video, we're going to tell you the list of the most endangered spiders. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. An endangered species is a species at risk of extinction because of human activity, changes in climate, changes in predator-prey ratios, etc., especially when officially designated as such by a governmental agency such as the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Spruce-fir moss spider. The spruce-fir moss spider is federally listed as endangered under the Endangered Species Act of 1973. This spider resembles a tiny tarantula, with adults measuring in at only 14.3 to 3.8 millimeters. This particular species inhabits high elevation forests in western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee. The species is extremely vulnerable to desiccation, causing it to shelter in damp, shady areas such as shaded moss. The spider builds a tube-shaped web between the moss and a rock or fir tree, according to the Fish and Wildlife Service in 1995. Hence the name, Kauai cave wolf spider. The Kauai cave wolf spider is only found currently in Kauai, Hawaii. As of 2006, this species can be found in a single cave on the island, and only 16 to 28 individuals have been encountered. Compared to other spider species, the Kauai cave wolf spider has a low reproductive rate, and due to habitat constraints, it has little access to food sources, according to Fish and Wildlife Service in 2006. This spider is one of the largest documented cave-dwelling organisms, measuring up to 8 centimeters. Because it spends its life in the darkness of the cave, this spider does not need sight and is therefore completely eyeless. Tiger. William Blake's Forests of the Night, the stalking grounds of the 6 subspecies of tiger, are burning bright. Slash and burn agriculture, along with logging and human encroachment, have hugely dismayed the habitat available for these felines, which require extensive ranges capable of supporting the large herbivores that constitute the bulk of their diets. Poaching for trophies and body parts used in Asian medicine is thought to pose the greatest threat to tigers. Probably fewer than 4,000 are left in the wild. In 2014, China explicitly outlawed the consumption of endangered species, including tigers, whose bones, penises, and other organs are superstitiously believed to have magical curative powers. Whooping crane. In 1938, the first year a population survey was conducted, only 29 whooping cranes remained in the wild. 3 years later, only 16 were left. Hunting and reduction of their wetland habitat has vitiated the population, and concerted efforts to salvage remnant birds did not begin until the late 1960s. Today, there are over 400 birds, thanks in large part to innovative breeding programs. Through a plan that involved transferring whooping crane eggs to the nests of related sandhill cranes for fostering ultimately failed, captive rearing and reintroduction have established 2 wild populations in Florida, one of which has been taught to migrate to Wisconsin. Neither is self-sustaining. The only self-sustaining population migrates between Alberta, Canada, and Texas, US. Blue whale. There are fewer than 25,000 blue whales, the largest animals on the planet. Comprising several subspecies, blue whales are found in all of the world's oceans and the Arctic. The current population is thought to have been reduced by up to 90% by whaling in the 20th century. Commercial hunting of the species was ultimately banned in 1966. The National Marine Fisheries Service of the U.S. spelled out a recovery plan in 1998. It stipulated the maintenance of photo databases of individual specimens and the collection of genetic and migration data to better understand the species, which remains at risk from ship collisions and entanglement in fishing nets. Asian elephant. The IUCN's best guess on the current population of Asian elephants, which inhabit 13 countries, is around 40 to 50,000. That number may be far lower. Some regions inhabited by the lumbering pachyderms are inaccessible due to the terrain or political volatility. Over 50% of the population is concentrated in India. The burgeoning human population there and elsewhere in Asia creates conflicts for space and resources. And while the tusks of Asian elephants are much smaller than those of their African counterparts, the Asian species is still poached for its ivory, meat, and skin. Sea otter. The luxurious waterproof coat that insulates sea otters from the chilly waters that they inhabit almost led to their extinction. A target of the commercial fur trade, the species was almost wiped out, with only some 2,000 of an estimated 300,000 left by 1911. That year, an international ban on commercial hunting was enacted. Though that ban, along with management and conservation measures taken in the wake of the 1972 Marine Mammal Protection Act, have helped populations recover to perhaps a third of their earlier numbers, they are highly vulnerable to both natural phenomena such as killer whale predation and anthropogenic factors such as oil spills. Javan rhinos. Once found throughout Southeast Asia, Javan rhinos have suffered a staggering decline in their numbers due to hunting and habitat loss. The lone wild population of Javan rhinos is one of the rarest of the rhino species, around 75 individuals, which can only be found on the island of Java, Indonesia. The Ujung Kulon National Park, a World Heritage Site, is the last remaining refuge of Javan rhinos. But the area also suffers from the invading Orangia palm, leaving the rhinos with less food to eat and less habitat to roam. Besides, the small Javan rhino population is also extremely vulnerable to extinction due to natural catastrophes, disease, poaching, and potential inbreeding. Mountain gorillas. The mountain gorilla is a subspecies of the eastern gorilla, which lives in two isolated populations in the high-altitude forests in the volcanic mountainous regions of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, and Uganda, and the windy impenetrable National Park of Uganda. The Virunga landscape has had a history of political instability along with high levels of poverty in the region. This poses a substantial threat to the mountain gorilla numbers as people have moved into areas closer to these great apes for food, shelter, and space. Over 500,000 people live near mountain gorilla habitats at present. Despite this, mountain gorillas are making a promising recovery with conservation efforts and interventions from local and international partners and the WWF through the International Gorilla Conservation Program. Tapanuli orangutan. The Tapanuli orangutan is the newly described species of orangutan, listed as a distinct species in 2017. Only a single isolated population of Tapanuli orangutans exists in the wild, which is restricted to the tropical forests of the Batang Toru ecosystem on the island of Sumatra, Indonesia. Today, these tree-dwelling primates are critically endangered with fewer than 800 individuals in the wild, making them the most endangered great ape species in the world. The loss of habitat is one of the main threats to its survival as tropical forests are being replaced by agriculture, mining, and hydroelectric and geothermal development. Between 1985 and 2007, over 40% of the forests in the province of North Sumatra, where the Tapanuli orangutan is found, were lost. Yangtze finless porpoise. The Yangtze finless porpoise is the odd one out of its family, as it's the only living freshwater porpoise found in the world. This aquatic mammal currently resides in the Yangtze River in China and is listed as a critically endangered species. While the Yangtze River plays a crucial role in healthy ecosystem functioning, years of environmental degradation, overfishing, and water pollution in the region are having detrimental impacts on many animal species who call it their home. Once upon a time, Yangtze River dolphins used to live alongside finless porpoise, but there still haven't been any freshwater dolphin sightings for the last 2 decades. Sadly, this could be yet another stark reminder of what soon may follow for many endangered species, including the Yangtze finless porpoise. Let us know your opinion in the comments section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.